Picture this. You wake up one morning with a knot in your stomach. No warning, no explanation, just a feeling. A feeling that tells you something is wrong, that someone is pulling away, that you're losing control, that you're not enough. And because that emotion feels real, you believe it. You treat your feelings like facts, like a compass, like the truth. But what if I told you that the thing whispering in your ear, the voice you trust more than anything else, has been lying to you your entire life? Your emotions, your precious, powerful, intoxicating emotions, are not truth. They're reactions, they're predictions, they're guesses, and sometimes they are the most manipulative thing in your entire psychology. Today I'll show you why. And by the time we're done, you'll never look at fear or anger or attraction or insecurity the same way again. Because once you understand how your emotions actually work, you unlock a kind of internal freedom most people never experience. So sit back, take a breath, and get ready to meet the real puppeteer inside your mind. Because your emotions are lying to you. And here's why. Let's start with a myth you've been fed since childhood. Trust your feelings. It sounds empowering, right? Like your emotions are some mystical inner guide, always steering you toward what's best for you. But here's the truth. Your emotions aren't designed to tell you what's true. They're designed to keep you alive. And sometimes, survival and truth have absolutely nothing in common. Your emotions are like an overprotective parent, dramatic, paranoid, sometimes brilliant, sometimes ridiculous. One moment they scream at you to run from danger, and the next moment they freak out because someone left you on read. See the problem? You're using a system built for cavemen to navigate modern relationships, modern attraction, modern communication, modern life. Your brain evolved to detect tigers, but you use it to interpret text messages. No wonder everything feels confusing. But let's go deeper. Let me show you the first major reason your emotions lie to you. I call it the body before thought trap. Here's what most people think happens. Something happens, you understand it. You feel something about it, simple, logical, clean. But that's not how your brain actually works. What really happens is this. Something happens. Your body reacts before your mind does. Your brain scrambles to explain the reaction. That means you're not feeling the event. You're feeling your body's prediction of the event. Let me give you an example. Imagine you text someone you care about. Hours pass, no reply, your stomach tightens, your chest heats up, your mind starts spinning. They're losing interest. I said something wrong. It's happening again. This always happens to me. Does any of this come from evidence? None. Your body reacted first, a leftover survival mechanism built to detect social rejection because, thousands of years ago, social rejection meant death. Your brain then panicked and invented a story to justify that reaction. Not a rational story, a survival story. Because emotions aren't built for accuracy. They're built for protection. That's why you can feel guilty when you've done nothing wrong. Why you can feel afraid when you're completely safe. Why you can feel unattractive even when people compliment you. Why you can feel abandoned even when no one has left you. Your emotions are ancient. Your world is modern, and they're struggling to keep up. Let's move to the second reason your emotions lie. Your emotions are predictions, not reflections. Most people don't know this. Your brain doesn't wait for reality to happen. It predicts reality before it happens. If you walk into a room full of strangers, your brain predicts they're judging you, before anyone even looks at you. If your partner acts differently for a day, your brain predicts they're pulling away before you have any evidence. If someone takes too long to reply, your brain predicts rejection before the situation even unfolds. Your emotions are basically the forecast of your mind, but just like weather forecasts, they're often wrong. Your brain would rather be wrong than unprepared. It sacrifices accuracy for safety. Let me give you a simple, painful example. Imagine you've been hurt before. Betrayed, ghosted, ignored, humiliated. Your brain stores that pain like a file it will use again and again. Now fast forward to a new relationship. Everything is fine until something unclear happens, a weird tone, a delayed reply, a shift in body language. Boom, the file opens, the prediction fires. This is just like last time. You're not reacting to the present. You're reacting to the past disguised as the present. Your emotions aren't telling you what's real, they're telling you what they expect. And their expectations are based on your history, not your reality. Now, the third reason your emotions lie: your emotions are easily manipulated by you. This is the part no one wants to admit. Your emotions are not objective signals. They're influenced by your beliefs, your insecurities, your habits, your fears, your ego, your biases. If you believe you're unworthy, your emotions will confirm it. If you believe people always leave, your emotions will anticipate abandonment. If you believe you're unlucky in love, your emotions will interpret everything as proof. Emotions are not the story. They're the echo of the story you keep telling yourself. Let me show you how powerful this is. Imagine two people walk into a room, both feel nervous. One thinks, "This means I'm out of place." The other thinks, "This means something exciting is about to happen." Same feeling, different story, different reality. Your emotions obey the meaning you assign to them. They don't check for accuracy. They don't stop to verify. They don't care if the story hurts you. If you treat a feeling like truth, the feeling becomes your world, even if it's a lie. Let's go deeper. Because the fourth reason is the one that shapes your relationships the most. Your emotions follow your attention. Not reality, not evidence, not truth. Your attention. What you focus on becomes emotionally real, even if it's factually false. You've seen this. You think someone is losing interest, so you search for signs, and when you search, you find them. Not because they're there, but because your attention is there. You think someone is annoyed with you, and suddenly every neutral expression feels hostile. You think you're not good enough, and suddenly every flaw becomes a spotlight. You think someone is pulling away, and suddenly every slow reply feels like abandonment. Your emotions follow your focus the way shadows follow light. And the problem is, your attention isn't neutral. It's biased, tilted, shaped by fear, hope, insecurity, memory, ego, and desire. Let me give you a brutal example. If you want someone too much, you'll misread everything. You'll exaggerate their good signals and invent meaning where there is none, because your desire hijacks your perception. If you fear losing someone, you'll scan for threats. You'll detect danger in harmless behavior. Because your fear recolors the world, your emotions are not mirrors, they're filters. You don't see things as they are, you see them as you are. And now we reach the fifth and most important reason your emotions lie. This one changes everything. Your emotions don't want the truth, they want control, and they will twist your perception, your memories, and your behavior to get it. Think about this. When you feel jealous, does your emotion want truth? No, it wants certainty. When you feel anxious, does your emotion want accuracy? No, it wants safety. When you feel insecure, does your emotion want evidence? No, it wants reassurance. When you feel angry, does your emotion want clarity? No, it wants dominance. Emotions are not truth-seeking, they are control-seeking. They would rather give you a clear lie than an unclear probable truth. This is why people cling to assumptions, because assumptions feel stable, even when they hurt. A painful story feels safer than no story at all. So your emotions fill the silence with whatever gives them power. Fear gives you urgency. Anger gives you certainty. Sadness gives you meaning. Desire gives you direction. It's not about truth, it's about control. That's why emotional reactions feel so convincing, because they give your brain the illusion of knowing, even when it knows absolutely nothing. Now let me take you through something deeper, something you might not have seen before. There's a moment, a very specific moment right before your emotion takes over, where you have a choice. But you miss it every time. Why? Because your emotional system fires in under 200 milliseconds. Faster than a thought, faster than logic, faster than awareness, but not faster than practice. You can train yourself to notice the moment, to catch the spark before it becomes a fire, to separate the emotion from the story. Let me show you how. Let's walk through a real moment. You text someone, they don't respond. Emotion, tension in the stomach. Interpretation, something is wrong. Story, I'm being ignored. Behavior, anxiety, overthinking, maybe a desperate message. Now let's rewind that. Let's pause at the first part. Tension in the stomach. That's a sensation, not a truth, not a prediction, just a sensation. But because you attach a story to it, the emotion becomes a reality. So here's the shift. Instead of, this means something is wrong, you learn to say, this is just my body reacting, there's nothing more. That sentence alone can save you from an entire spiral. Or imagine someone looks irritated and you immediately assume it's because of you. Pause. Emotion, worry, sensation, tight chest. Story. They're mad at me. But what if the story is wrong? What if the emotion is based on old programming? This is how emotional mastery begins, not by controlling your emotions, but by separating the emotion from the meaning. Because emotions don't hurt you. Your interpretation does. There's a deeper layer to this, one most people never see. Every emotion you feel has a hidden origin. Fear is usually protecting a wound. Anger is usually hiding a boundary. Jealousy is usually covering insecurity. Sadness is usually revealing attachment. Guilt is usually tied to identity. Shame is usually tied to old beliefs. Your emotions are signals, but not signals of truth. Signals of needs you haven't acknowledged, of wounds you haven't healed, of patterns you haven't outgrown. Your emotions lie about the world but tell the truth about you. Let me show you something surprising. When someone hurts you and you feel angry, the anger is not about what happened. It's about what the situation triggered inside you. Maybe abandonment, maybe disrespect, maybe loss of control, maybe a childhood memory, maybe fear of repeating the past. Your emotion lies about the external cause but reveals the internal cause if you're willing to look. Same with insecurity. You see someone you like talking to someone else. Emotion, jealousy. Story. They like that person more. But the truth has nothing to do with them. Your jealousy is pointing to a hidden belief. I'm not enough. I'm replaceable. I'm not valued. Your emotion lies about the threat but reveals the wound. That's why emotional mastery isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about listening differently, interpreting differently, responding differently, because once you stop treating emotions as truth, they lose their power to control you. Now let me bring you into the emotional arc, the transformation, because right now you might be feeling recognized. You might be thinking, this is exactly what I do. This explains so much. This is why everything feels complicated. Good. That's the frustration phase, necessary, the beginning of awareness. Now let's move to the revelation. Here it is. You don't need to stop feeling things. You don't need to eliminate fear or insecurity or jealousy. You don't need to become emotionally numb. You just need to stop giving your emotions authority they don't deserve. Your emotions are advisors, not dictators. Signals, not commands. They are meant to inform you, not enslave you. Imagine the difference. Instead of, I feel insecure, so they must not like me, you shift to, I feel insecure, what is this emotion trying to teach me about myself? Instead of, I feel jealous, so they must be a threat, you shift to, I feel jealousy. What belief is this pointing to? Instead of, I feel anxious, so something bad is happening, you shift to, I feel anxiety. My brain is predicting danger. Is it accurate? Instead of, I feel angry, so someone wronged me, you shift to, I feel anger. What boundary of mine needs attention? Your emotional life becomes clearer, calmer, more honest. You stop reacting to ghosts from the past. You stop fighting battles that aren't real. You stop assigning meaning where there is none. You start seeing, and once you can see, everything changes. Your relationships improve, your communication improves, your confidence improves, your decisions improve, your peace improves, because you're no longer driven by emotional illusions, you're driven by awareness. Let me give you the most empowering truth of all. Your emotions lie to you, but you can teach them to tell better lies. You can reprogram the predictions. You can rewrite the stories. You can change the meaning you assign to your sensations. You can build emotional habits that work for you, not against you. Confidence isn't natural, it's trained. Self-worth isn't instinctive, it's cultivated. Emotional intelligence isn't a talent, it's a skill. And every time you question a feeling instead of obeying it, you reinforce a new pattern. Every time you pause before reacting, you weaken the old programming. Every time you check the evidence, you teach your brain a new truth. You're not stuck with the emotions you learned as a child. You can build new emotional defaults as an adult. Imagine this version of you. When someone takes too long to reply, you don't panic. You breathe. When someone seems distant, you don't assume the worst, you observe. When someone pulls away, you don't chase. You hold your center. When someone disrespects you, you don't explode. You draw a boundary. When your emotions fire, you don't collapse into them, you analyze them. This is emotional maturity. This is psychological strength. This is the difference between being controlled by your feelings and being in conversation with them. You stop living in emotional fiction and start living in psychological truth. Now we close. Here's the final truth you need to understand. Your emotions lie to you because they were never meant to lead you. They were meant to alert you. You are the leader. You're the interpreter. You're the one who chooses what a feeling means. And once you take that power back, your emotions stop being manipulative liars and start becoming useful messengers. So the next time you feel that twist in your stomach, that heat in your chest, that tremor in your voice, pause. Ask yourself, is this the truth or just a story my brain is telling me? Because the moment you ask the question, you stop being controlled and start being conscious. Your emotions may lie to you, but your awareness never will. And here's your mic drop. The feeling is real, but the state is optional.